Greetings, friends, and welcome to today's dose of inspiration. We are continuing our discussions on prayer, and yesterday you will remember that we talked about the posture of the heart and the motivation behind our prayers. A lot of the content that we are discussing comes from Matthew chapter 6, where Jesus was giving instruction to his disciples on exactly how to pray and what the motive and the posture of prayer should look like. Today we want to look just a little bit deeper into Matthew chapter 6 at another very important nugget that we can take from Jesus' discussion with those disciples. In verse number 7, we see a very strong caution and a warning from Jesus about how it is that we pray. In that passage, you will see that Jesus spoke very strongly against vain repetitions or many words. Do you know it is very easy to get stuck in the trap of vain repetitions, to being wordy in our prayers? I don't know about you, but especially in times of public prayer, I don't know if it's that we feel like the simplicity of our prayers might come across as less spiritual. Maybe it's even a good thought that we need specific words in order for our prayers to contain power. But Jesus was warning against that, telling us, listen, prayer is simply a conversation with the Father. And just like in the natural, we wouldn't stand before our dad and come up with these long exposés and many words to relay a story. Why then do we feel the need to do that towards God? The Pharisees and religious leaders of Jesus' day had gotten in a bad habit of doing just that. They were repetitive in some of their prayers, quoting and reciting the same words over and over. These words became meaningless, and instead of a heartfelt, genuine conversation with the Father, they began falling into a pattern of mimicking words, repeating prayers that really had no significance to them at all. It was not heart-moving on their end, and it certainly was not heart-moving on the Father's end. You know, it really does not take a lot of words to convey our thoughts to the Father. It's really very simple when you stop and think about it. It can be something as simple as, Lord, I need your help on this. And that's it. It is simply a conversation with God. I think it's time for us to refocus our thoughts about prayer and to retrain ourselves from what we have commonly been taught. It doesn't require a lot of words. It doesn't require big fancy words, and it certainly should not require repetitions of meaningless prayers. Instead, it is the simplicity of a conversation with the Father that grabs his attention. It is the genuine, heartfelt expression of your love towards him that causes him to pause and listen in to what you're saying. So let me help you by relieving some of that stress. You don't need big, long, fancy prayers that last 5 to 10 minutes. It can be something as simple as 3 or 4 words, because when those words come from your heart and they are sincere, they command the Father's attention. I want to thank you so much for joining in today. Until next time, I pray that you will walk in the favor and the blessings of the Lord. See you soon.